No, it's not. It's dead. It's totally dead. It could be alive, it should be alive, but it's not. It's dead. And I'm talking about milk. This is a video request, and I also wanted to make a video about milk because, you know, I just finished my last 2 liters of raw organic milk, and I'm pissed off because I know I'll have a hard time finding more. And it shouldn't be like that, you know, it shouldn't be like that. I'll start from the beginning. Milk has been used by humans for 7,000 years, alright? Cow's milk, goat's milk, and more recently buffalo milk. And then 170 years ago, pasteurization was invented, and ever since everything changed when it comes to milk, at least. Pasteurization, you know, had good things and bad things, but we have to explore the good things. You know, why are those things good? Pasteurization to me is a necessary evil. Nowadays you have to think about the cows, the source of the milk. Are the cows healthy? No, they're not. Cows are meant to eat grass, that's why they have so many stomachs. But nowadays they just feed cows with grains, usually genetically modified grains. So cows are gonna be sick. Cows are not gonna be in top shape when they're not fed whatever they're supposed to be eating. Okay? Grains are gonna stress the digestive system of the cow, and for this reason their immune system is gonna be low all the time. Not to mention that they're gonna be bloated, constipated, they're gonna be in pain, cramping and all that. But that doesn't matter because they're just animals, right? No, it does matter. It does matter because even if you don't care about cows, what you're drinking is coming from cows. So if the cow is sick, the milk is gonna be sick. The same thing with mother milk. When a mother is smoking or drinking alcohol and then she's breastfeeding, don't you think there's gonna be a bad effect for the baby? Of course, and it's the same thing for milk. So modern food and farming practices are now encouraging farmers to feed cows grains. Alright, that's strike number 1. So then this milk, because the cows are all, you know, immune depleted and sick and all that, this milk is gonna be sick. It's going to contain listeria, it's going to contain E. coli, you know, bacteria that in a healthy cow wouldn't exist. A healthy cow, you know, that you know, has free range and it eats grass and all that. So these sick cows, which is like mainstream milk, all the milk you see in the supermarket, are going to be also fed antibiotics, you know, because they're sick, so they need to be fed antibiotics permanently, because otherwise the cows will die and they would not be producing milk, and that would be bad for business. Alright? And so they need the cows to produce more milk, so they give them recombined bovine growth hormone and steroids. With this, the cows are just gonna be producing milk all the time, and they're gonna be producing a lot of milk, sometimes 10 times more milk than any other cow would naturally do. So needless to say that this is excruciating for the cows, because the cows is gonna be extremely big and it's gonna be in pain. And she's going to be pumped to a milking machine pretty much 24/7. And in these also farming practices, they live in confined spaces, they're not allowed to even socialize with their own offsprings, and they're just sad, you know. Like, obviously animals have feelings, and if you think about it, that also has an effect in what they produce. So pasteurization becomes a necessary evil, because this sick milk has to be pasteurized. Otherwise, if you go and drink this milk like that, like raw milk, raw sick milk, it can be really bad for you. It could even kill you. Alright? So all this sick milk has to go through pasteurization. What is pasteurization? Pasteurization is exposing milk or whatever food they're pasteurizing to extreme heat, extreme cold, extreme heat, extreme cold, to kill all the bacteria in that product, in this case milk. The problem is that extreme heat and extreme cold and all that, it also denatures, it also destroys enzymes, vitamins, it modifies all the components of milk, which is what makes milk so nutritious in the first place. So when you destroy all that, then what's left is just a dead milk. It's not sick anymore because all the harmful bacteria is dead now. But you know, it doesn't have all the nutritional properties that at one point had, or it could have, you know, from a healthy cow. So at the end, what they do is they add these synthetic versions of vitamins and minerals and vitamin K and calcium and stuff like that but it's not clear or likely that these synthetic vitamins are used or even recognized by the human body as efficiently as it would, natural ones. And then on top of that, we have this crazy fashion from the end of the 80s to take all the fat out of the food. That you have like low fat, non-fat, trim, skim, and we have the ultra pasteurized, the long life milk and all that. What you're doing is just bastardizing milk. You're just separating so much from its original state that when you drink it, your body doesn't know what it is. It's not milk anymore. That's what I call Milk-enstein. Because it looks like milk, it might taste probably like milk, but it's not. It doesn't have all the properties and the nutritional value that milk should have. And in fact, you're eating dead stuff, synthetic vitamins. You're eating also residual hormones of antibiotics and all the stuff that they fed to cows, because remember, all the stuff the mothers eat is going to end up on the milk. So pasteurization doesn't get rid of those stuff. So you at some point you're drinking it, all right, and it's not going to cause you to grow boobs overnight, but it's a slow accumulation of these chemicals and these drugs and this synthetic stuff that we put in our body. The slow accumulation that's going to cause problems at some point. And then, for example, enzymes. What's that? Enzymes help our body to break and digest food. And milk, since it's designed for babies, baby cow, it has enzymes as well. For example, one big enzyme is lactase. Lactase is going to break down lactose. Lactose is sugar in milk. So with pasteurization, you break the lactase. The lactase is not going to exist anymore. You're just going to have the lactose. So when you drink the pasteurized milk, you drink a lot of lactose, but you're not getting any lactase. So you're not going to be able to digest and break down and absorb the milk. That's why so many people have, problems with lactose. I'm lactose intolerant. I can't tolerate milk. Well, that's because you're not drinking milk. You're drinking the Milk-ensteins. All right. So sadly, when you go to the supermarket, that's what you see on the shelves is pasteurized, is Milk-enstein. Now think about the source of the raw organic milk. It comes from healthy cows. Cows that live in big open farms, real farms, because we still think that, most of our food is produced in these farms, with the cows and the chickens and like the greens, the trees and all that. That's not how the food is produced nowadays. It's like factories, industry, like this enclosed building. That's where the animals are, all crammed in. That's where they live under filth and stuff like that. So free-range organic raw milk come from healthy cows. Cows are doing what they're meant to do, just roaming around on the green grass, eating. They're not pumped with antibiotics, with hormones and all that. That's why this milk is more expensive, because they don't produce as much as, these old drugged cows would produce. But it's more natural, this is sustainable. That's why, for example, here we're going into winter. Now, the grass is not growing as much as it was in summer, so you don't see a lot of raw milk because, well, the cows are not producing enough milk because there's not enough grass. So you see, just in touch with the environment. It's just still natural stuff. The way it was from 170 years before, for 6,000 years, people drank raw organic milk because that was the only milk there was, and nobody had a problem with it. So this milk intolerances and full-blown allergies, we see these babies with eczema and psoriasis and all that. Milk-enstein. Your milk, raw milk and Milk-ensteins. It's extreme different. For once, one is alive, one is dead. Alright, so it's like saying a living guy is the same as a corpse, right, when he died, because, well, they have head, they have 2 arms, they have 2 legs, but yeah, but one's alive, one's dead. So that's the deal with raw milk. If you can find raw milk, and if you sometimes you're able to go and see the farmers, who are producing the raw milk, because these people are actually proud of what they're doing. They have cows and they're proud of their food and the value of their food, and the old school farmers, really few left, unfortunately. And they're pretty much open to let people and see their cows and their facilities and everything. You don't get that with corporations. You don't get it with milk factories. They're really secretive. Like, they don't want you to see what's going on in there, because if you would see what's going on in there, you probably wouldn't want to drink it anyway. So if you're going to drink raw milk, make sure it's organic, free-range, good source raw milk. Otherwise, just drink pasteurized milk. which I don't really recommend, you know, because it's just void of everything. So you just might as well just do almond milk, which I'll teach you how to do almond milk in another video. But you know, yeah, now you know what's the big difference. Like, not all milks are the same. Be careful, and you know, whenever you have the opportunity, just express your opinion. You know, people should be allowed to have the option of drinking raw milk. When it's, you know, healthy, raw, organic milk, people should have the option to have it. You know, it's really seems really primitive and really ignorant for a whole government to outlaw it, just like that. And it's not cool. Okay guys, if you have any more questions, if I missed something you wanted to ask, lifematters.ws. I'll see you later. Have a good day. Bye bye.